Hey everybody, welcome back to our kitchen. I'm Lauren and this is Jenny. We're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. And today we're working with Knorr Sides, specifically Knorr Selects, their new product, to bring you a meatless one-dish meal.
That's right, Lauren. Today we are making a sizzling Mexican Portobello rice that's made easier with Knorr Selects. Knorr Selects are a new side line that they have. It is gluten-free, it has no preservatives or artificial flavors added to it, and it's a really quick and easy side. So
today our meat and our meatless recipe, we're using portobello mushrooms, and as you can see, we use the caps and we slice them up. We got them going already just because they take a little bit to cook down, but they look amazing right now. So what we've done, they took just a couple minutes to cook. We sliced them up, and something great that you can use is the pre-sliced portobello mushrooms, which just saves a little extra time. Or you can buy the larger caps and slice them up. So these look pretty good. We've cooked them down. And our next step, once they get pretty well cooked, we're gonna add in a little bit of minced garlic. And this is just gonna provide a little bit of extra flavor. And we're just gonna cook this here just for about 30 seconds. Can you smell that?
yeah, it smells really good.
It smells so good. And then Jenny, if you want to get started on our topping that we're making today.
So we are doing a pickled red onion to top the rice with. And so to get started, we just have some sliced red onion. And then we have some chopped cilantro. Oops. A little bit of lime juice. And just a touch of honey to give it some sweetness.
And this is kind of a fun and different topping for our dish today, but when we tested this recipe, the pickled onions really do add kind of a fun twist on this dish. Just something a little bit different.
And they turn a really bright purple color too. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna microwave this for a little bit.
Perfect. So Jenny's popping that in the microwave for about 30 seconds. I'm gonna get back to over here. Our next step, now that these are pretty well cooked, is we're actually gonna remove these and we're gonna put them into a dish and just reserve them for later. Try to get these all in the bowl here, perfect. And then we're going right back to our pan since this is really a one dish meal, a one skillet meal. And our next step is gonna be, we're gonna add our olive oil. Just a little bit of olive oil. Then we're adding one pepper that's already been diced up. You can use any pepper, whatever color you'd like. Today we're using orange just for a little bit different flavor. And then we're adding in our fire roasted corn. So this is actually frozen corn, which is really convenient. You could definitely use fresh corn, you could use canned corn, but we like using this fire roasted corn. It just adds a little bit of extra flavor. And of course we're big proponents of all forms of fruits and vegetables matter, so you can use whatever is the most convenient for you in this recipe. So we're just gonna turn up the heat on this a little bit, saute it up, just until we get all these nice flavors together, and then we'll get going on adding our Knorr side.
Yeah, I absolutely love this dish because it is only one pan, which means less cleanup, and who doesn't love fewer dishes?
Absolutely. And I think too that just the fact that it's meatless is kind of scary, like, oh, this isn't gonna be filling, but it definitely is with the rice, and then too with the mushrooms that have that great meaty like texture. It definitely makes for a really good meatless.
Yeah, and if you really do need that meat, you know, feel free to add some chicken or whatever you prefer to this recipe, but it really is good with mushrooms.
Yeah, so now that we've got these going here, really just we want to just saute them up, soften them up a little bit before we add in our Knorr Selects. And what I love about these Knorr Selects is that number one, they're just super easy, but number two, they're really affordable. So they're a great thing to have and just keep in your pantry at home. And then they also have lots of different recipes where you can use the Knorr Selects and then add in different ingredients to make an easy meal or even side dish. So I think this looks pretty good here, where we can get going on our next step. So our next step is going to be adding some water to our pan here. We want this to get to a boil, so we're keeping that heat high. And then we're adding in our Knorr Select. So today we're using the rustic rice and beans. So there are beans in here, which is great for some protein. Get this to you, Jenny, to Toss to the side. And we do want to get this up to a boil here. And what I love too is that all the seasoning is already in here, so we don't have to add any salt or any spices, so it's super convenient.
Very quick and easy meal.
Yes, and it smells amazing
Smells so good.
too. And definitely more of a kid-friendly meal, considering it's rice and a lot of familiar flavors, so nothing too crazy. So we'll get this up to a boil, and once it's boiling, we're gonna cover it and then cook for about 10 minutes or until all that water is absorbed with the rice. So it looks like all the water has been absorbed, and it's been about 10 minutes, so we'll take our lid off, and looks amazing.
Smells amazing.
Smells amazing. So our next step is we're gonna add back in our mushrooms, and we're just gonna toss these all together. Give that to you, Jenny. So we're just kind of mixing this up. Everything looks so good. It's just really easy. This is our whole meal right here, and as Jenny mentioned, easy to pair with some sort of chicken or another protein, but this is really pretty hearty. We're gonna serve it just like this today.
Great.
So I'm gonna scoop a little bit in here. Definitely want to get a lot of these amazing mushrooms. It looks so good. Okay. And Jenny, do you want to top me off with
Definitely.
some of our pickled onions?
So these onions are so good. They're nice and tangy.
Yeah, just
lot of great
something a
flavor.
little bit different. And I love, like you had mentioned, the color that happened when you put these in there. All right, I'm going to get some on here. Those are really good. They complement this whole dish super well. Well, we hope you give this meatless meal a try.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit festfoods.com.